buildings in the city, and that's because the property owners were not putting money back into their buildings. And as a result, a lot of people moved into the buildings and squatted in the buildings, and no money was being pumped in the city. I'm standing here on Highlands Hill, and behind me is Parte City. Parte City being this great grey tower, an icon in the Joanesburg cityscape. And Parte City was built in the 1970s and was seen as the epitome of luxury living. And so we had middle and upper class, mainly white people, predominantly white people living in the building with these penthouses on top, and it was very luxurious. And of course it didn't last because of the natural cause. What happens in most cities is this decentralization. And here in Johannesburg specifically, most of the white people left. So it perceived with negativity in the 80s, where it was perceived as being a place associated with drug dealing, and now lately, because of the 2010 World Cup, there was this proposal to redevelop it. And the guys who came aboard, these developers, what they did was they made a deal with the owners of the building to say, we'll redevelop this building, and once we sold all the units, we'll pay you for the overall structure. But what they did was actually not cool. It was actually a scam, because they collected people's money, and now they're nowhere to be found. And in the meanwhile, this place has been gutted. So, in some floors there are no windows, there are no walls, there's no infrastructure, there's one working lift, and people have to live in that. And that's just a horrible tragedy.
So it's squatted again?
Yeah, it's squatted again. Stay down, don't fucking be brave. Stay down, Zach.
It's all gone. When I asked somebody what happened. Oi, bafethu. Njani bafethu? Lo msindo lo bewela anazi ukuthi umsindo wani. Sanibona. Njani baba? Ngicela ukubuza lo msindo lo wenzakala nganazo boko wani.
Just this is farmers bonang ukuthi kanjani. Ungathi kunabantu lapho babaleka somewhere. So they were kitchen misago.
No, there was just a gunfire. They heard a gunfire, so they wanted to see exactly. Thanks.
That shooting was related to some sort of taxi violence, and taxi violence is quite apparent, and it's related to control of the industry, It's unregulated, it's disputed, informal, There's a clash between these formal worlds and informal worlds, because what the government would like to do is to formalize the taxi industry. And so there's a struggle for control of routes, control of space, control of the streets.
Yeah, Caso você quiser aí. Vai terminar a parte.
Ah, sina parte. Kuthengisa noma.
Sekudla nakho ifish ayibona.
Yeah, malini fish.
25 la 20 rand yabona.
20 rand la yini.
Inyama yenkukhu ema-peanuts.
Okay.
Yabona.
Sishebo sama-peanuts.
Sishebo sama-peanuts. Le i-rice. Right. Thina sifuna ukuthi masiyekelela musilekelela kamasipala. Sinibantwana bafunda la sikole. Kudala sifikile. Sitota ilile ya NC. Nimshangana ngwamzambile. Mara kudala singitoto ilile ya NC. Votile manje la vote.
Una how many years thengisa?
Dala.
7, 8, 9, 10 years.
Zinyo, isingona ushasa elendo muntu la. Yini inkwezi ngakuwena project kuyisiza.
They've been here since 95.
Huh? 95. Problema la escola xabana ni re.
Yo.
This guy is still sleeping. They've stolen his shoes. They've stolen his shoes.
This area was developed by Ethiopians. Before, quite all these buildings are empty, no habitants. And now you see all the buildings where we move together are Ethiopians, and they are quite developing this area and contributing for the economic situation of the city of Joanesburg.
We have a big problem to survive here in South Africa. We are staying as asylum seeker, every month renewal paper. Me, myself, I'm staying here 6 or 7 years. I don't have a permanent residential address. They don't want to give us, the government. If I don't have that one, I can't open the account. How I'm thinking to buy a building or something.
Sure.
It's amazing for me.
Yeah, sure.
So if they clear the government these things, but we're doing a nice things. We clear
Sure.
these things, we contribute our efforts and things.
Sure.
So we expect it from government something.
Because you don't have a foothold, you don't have ownership of the building, what's going to happen when new developers, outside developers come back in here because of the new value you've added?
I believe when these new property owners will come in, we will be chased outside.
Yeah.
We will become a victim.
Sure.
As we don't have any legal ground, and we don't have any ownership of this building, we become a victim.
Sure.
Yes, we will be thrown outside all the buildings.